Mostly it's just very infuriating, like the situation that students and we find ourselves in quite often. When I lived in student accommodation and when I lived in the private flat in Stirling, like at separate times, there was just lots of issues and things weren't really going the way that they should. And it didn't feel like things were being dealt with in the way that, well, they legally had to be, to be honest. In the private flat, the knobs on the cooker would fall off and then turn on the gas. And I remember coming home one day with my flatmate and she was like, it smells bad. And I was like, oh God. And we like would rush and we open all the windows and stuff. But like that could have been a much more serious like situation. And it took 2 weeks for them to even send someone out after the first time we raised it. And that was after sending like the legislation to them. It's a lack of care. And because we don't, like students tend to not, and young people don't know their rights, then they take advantage of that. And so they'll treat us even worse, I think. I mean, my biggest concern is it's really dangerous, to be honest. I mean, the gas situation's like a whole situation on its own, but the fact that that even happened is crazy. Like that's a risk to the entire area. Then there's, I mean, I had a friend who lived in one of the properties, same letting agency as well, and her roof was literally falling like into her room and like had a hole and stuff, and she put a bucket underneath to catch the water. But like, what the hell? Some of the situations, okay, like they're not necessarily drastically urgent, but some of them, I mean, like the consequences of that like are horrible, like for the people and for everyone like surrounding it. So it's not just about the property itself that you're living in, and like the effect it has on you, but like the gas thing, that's the entire area. Like if something had happened, that's the whole, like all of Bruce Street would have been like affected. And the same with this property, like the roof falling in, like that's the entire building that then needs to be relocated or is in serious danger. Like it's not just, and I find it unbelievably frustrating that letting agents and landlords don't seem to really understand that or to view that as a sense of urgency. And students get talked down to as if they're just trying to cause trouble. Oh yeah, 100%. I know of one property in Stirling that literally doesn't have heating, and people have lived there before. And so I think that if that doesn't show like the lack of options that is available, and the fact that landlords are taking advantage of students, I don't really know what would. And you can see it as well with like price increases. Like if you look at the private student accommodation and how much that costs, like it's $1,000 or over. And part of it is to do with the fact that there's an increase in student numbers on campus, and so that's why, you know, then more people are then looking for a place to live in Stirling. Part of it probably has to do with the fact that there just never really has been a lot of like places to live.